Hello group, we are going to do the statement of cash flows indirect method. I just want to show you a quick example because we have a video on the direct method, but I just want to do a simplified version of the indirect. So I have all this information, my beginning, anything that is affected by the statement of cash flows. This is for Blue Moon Company, and like I said, we're doing the indirect. So when we do the indirect, we still remember for your statement of cash flows, it's operating, investing, and financing. When we do the indirect method, we still want to start with our operating activities. But what we have to do first is we have to start with our net income. And our net income that they provide us is $78,500. From then, we need to adjust non-cash items. And what I mean by non-cash items are those items that it decreased, it was on your income statement, it decreased your net income, but it wasn't cash. Our first example of this is depreciation expense. Okay, depreciation expense, it reduces your net income, but it's not an actual cash amount. So that is $25,000. We have another one on here. It is the patent amortization expense, if I can type. Patent amortization expense, again, that is, we're reducing that patent every month. It affects the income statement, but it's not a cash. It's a non-cash item. And that amount is $3,200. Okay, I think we've got all of our, let's see, salaries affects cash, accounts receivable affects cash, and all these other things. Everything else on here is related to cash. So now we can adjust for cash flow effects. Okay, so the first one, we're going to look at anything, the operating again, are anything that relates to the daily operation of, and I just realized that's going to drive me nuts. I have a spelling error there. Okay, let's go back. Cash flow effects of operating, anything that affects the daily operation of the company. Well, let's look here. We have increase in accounts receivable. Okay, since there's an increase, we're going to have less increase in accounts receivable. Why is it less? Well, if it's less, yeah, we had an increase in accounts receivable, so we didn't receive cash, but we had sales. For sales, you have to have cost of goods sold, which that also adjusts your net income. So, oops, I got to put in a negative. We're less increase in accounts receivable, $21,300. We also have less a decrease in salaries payable. Okay, if we had a decrease, so that means we paid money out. So that's going to be equal to a negative $5,800. Okay, everything else on here, it's not related to the operating activities, so we can say this is the net cash provided by operating activities. Let's see if I can spell. As you saw earlier, I can't spell, so I think I spelled operating right. Okay, and activities. Cool. So we do our operating. I always think of if, so now we do our investing activities. Investing activities, this includes anything that we're going to invest to make our company better. Okay, as an example, we purchased land. Okay, if we're investing in our company, we're purchasing land to possibly add a future plant, we're growing our company. So payment for purchase of land, it was a purchase, so that's $26,850. We also purchase equipment. That's investing in our company. We may purchase company in order to, we have one that's not running as well, so it's not as efficient, so let's purchase more equipment. It's investing in your company. Payment for purchase of equipment. We purchased it, so that is a negative $52,800. Let's see, what else have we not looked at? Let's see, we looked at, I'm going to go ahead and highlight these. We've done that one. We've done depreciation. We've done an increase. We looked at our net income. We did our patent. Okay, we just did our payment for purchase of equipment. We just did our payment for purchase of a land. Let's see, payment of dividends. We haven't touched that one. Okay, if we are paying dividends, remember, in order for a company to grow, we have shareholders help finance our company. So, and then receipt from issue of common stock. They also help finance. Okay, anybody that gives us money is helping us finance and also grow our company. So we don't have anything else in the investing activities. So now this can say net cash. Don't you love Excel when it does that? By investing. Did I spell activities right? Yes, I did. Okay, so that's going to be the sum of those two. Oops, I apologize. I did not total my net cash provided by operating activities. I gave you the title, but I did not total those. So that totals the $78,500 through the negative $5,800. So we have net cash provided by operating activities of $79,600. We have investing $79,650. So now we're looking at if. So we did operating, investing. Now let's do financing activities. Okay, we have two things here. Investing activities. Payment of dividends. We're paying our shareholders. Okay, it's a payment, so it's a negative $18,500. Receipt from issuance of common stock. Receipt automatically says we received cash, so we can put receipt from issuance of common stock. Notice we type everything out. The statement of cash flows is very detailed. This is going to be a positive. We've used up that one. We've used up that. So now we have, the only thing that we haven't gotten here is beginning cash balance, and we'll get to that. We've used all the accounts. So this is net cash provided by financing activities. Okay, let's total those up. Okay, $29,000. Now we need to decide, do we have a net increase? And I'm going to put in parentheses decrease in cash, because we could possibly have an increase or a decrease. Hopefully we have an increase. So we add these three up. We have a net increase in cash of $28,950. We're going to want to put cash January 1st. I just put 20XX because I don't know when we're I may use this for future, but that gives us those. So that is our beginning cash balance of $25,800. What this does is give you cash December 31st, 20XX. We add these together. So we have $54,750 as our cash December 31st, we'll say right now 2016. I don't have on here any information on the balance sheet. But this cash December 31st, 2016, the $54,750, that better equal your cash balance on your balance sheet as of December 31st, 2016. Okay? One thing to look at. You want net cash provided by operating activities positive. Yes, you do. If you have negative, that means you're overspending. You're not making enough on your operating activities. Investing, that is okay to be negative because that it means you are investing in your company. You're making it grow. Financing activities, this can be either positive or this can be negative depending on what you're doing at this point in time. Okay, so this just gives you a kind of a nice broad idea of the statement of cash flows using the indirect method. I did not pick on some of the accounts that we've already learned at this point, but I want you to get an idea of what to expect. Thank you and have a wonderful day.